Do you remember the stray mother cat who handed me her babies, as if asking me to protect them? This video is about their update. When I first picked them up, they were so tiny, too small to even stand.
Wait a minute, wake up. Wake up.
Their eyes were barely open, their bodies so fragile that they spent most of the day sleeping.
Yeah. Do you think it is lazy or what?
But their mom, she never stopped watching over them. She licked them clean, fed them milk, and guarded their little cardboard box like it was the safest place on earth. I set up a cozy spot in the basement with soft blankets, food, and water. And inside that simple box, a small family lived in peace. The two babies, one orange, one black, were inseparable. They played, tumbled, and napped, pressed against each other's tiny heartbeat. Every day, they grew bigger and braver. The orange one liked to crawl on top of the blanket, while the black one hid in the shadows like a little detective. Even though they couldn't stand properly, they kicked, rolled, and filled the air with squeaky meows. Slowly, the box became their playground, their first little world. And as the days passed, those tiny beings of life turned into curious little explorers.
I didn't know you had a kitten.
Their paws, once shaky, began to push against the soft blanket with more strength. The orange kitten stretched tall, wobbling like it was trying to touch the sky, while the black kitten practiced its first brave steps, stumbling but never giving up.
Are you recording?
Their eyes grew brighter, glowing with curiosity. They started chasing shadows on the cardboard walls, pawing at each other's tails, and tumbling into tiny wrestling matches that always ended in a heap of purrs.
Are we fighting?
The box wasn't just their shelter anymore, it had become their first adventure ground, their training field for the life ahead. But then, one day, everything changed. When I opened the basement door, the orange kitten wasn't moving anymore. It had died quietly, and I didn't know why. Maybe it was illness, maybe weakness. All I knew was that its tiny life had ended too soon. The black kitten looked lost, curling against its mother for comfort. And the mother, her grief was heartbreaking. She stopped eating, stopped drinking. She just lay beside the empty space where her baby used to be. For days she seemed broken. But life always moves forward. After some days of mourning, the mother lifted herself up again. She still had one little life depending on her, the black kitten. She began to teach it how to eat from the bowl, how to scratch, how to jump. The little one suddenly puffed up, arching its back like a tiny tiger. Its fur bristled, tail flicking with determination, as if it were practicing to look fierce. Every wobble and stretch was part of learning, an adorable rehearsal for battles it didn't yet understand. After striking its attack pose, the kitten found a new enemy, the paper box. It lunged forward, biting and tugging at the cardboard with tiny teeth. Scratching, chewing, and growling in squeaky tones, it treated the box like the fiercest rival, proving play is the first step to strength. The black kitten, though lonely, became playful again, kicking at its mom's tail, pouncing clumsily on her paws. Day by day, it grew stronger. One morning, I found it standing proudly on the edge of the box and then leaping out for the very first time. It was learning to explore the world on its own. Sometimes, the black kitten would turn all his energy toward his mom. He pounced on her paws, clung to her belly, and rolled over as if challenging her to play. But his mom wasn't always in the mood. She just stood there, patient but not exactly happy about it. Her eyes seemed to say, "Not again." Yet the little one didn't care. He kept wriggling, batting at her tail, and climbing over her like she was his own personal playground. It was a tiny battle of wills, her calm against his boundless energy. And even though she sighed with quiet resignation, she never pushed him away. That playful persistence showed just how much the kittens were growing, stronger, braver, and full of life. I brought them canned food, soft and nutritious. The black kitten licked it eagerly, its little body growing healthier and braver. It began to wander around the basement like a tiny explorer, curious, alert, alive. The sadness of losing the orange kitten will never leave completely, but the love between this mother and her black kitten is a reminder of resilience. Even after loss, life can grow again. Even in grief, love continues. If you've watched until now, thank you. Your support means the world to me. Every subscription gives me the courage to keep caring for these strays and to keep telling their stories. Please subscribe to follow the journey of this little black kitten and its brave mom. Leave a comment to send them your blessings. It really helps. Thanks for watching. Together we can give stray cats the love and voice they deserve.
Tell us did this.